you off. Set you up for the effed up screen. Okay. Alright, let's get the heck out of Dodge and start some more nut busting driving. As you can see, it's snowing out. Make it much easier for my man. I knew as soon as that other guy left, it was gonna be rough for me trying to get out of here. That's okay. That's okay. We gotta figure. Let's get the heck out of here. Back to the nut busting driving. Right now I'm driving through the mountains. Trust me, it's not fun at all. What the heck? Oh. Well, yeah, it looks kind of effed up. But we'll figure it out. Get a little dark and look a little bit better. I hope. Oh yeah, he knew he ain't had no room with that big ass truck. He got the big ass apartment in the back here, so we'll keep on going and hopefully it'll warm up. What's my temp? It's been years since I had to do this mess. These other folks are getting me. I'll let you go. Go ahead, brother. He got an apartment up in that daggone thing. I'm not in a rush. I like my life. We got 83 miles to get to 77. I've been driving in the dark all freaking. I'm driving in the mountains all freaking night. I think they called this the gorge. You know, old school truckers got names of certain areas. I think they call this the gorge. You know, I'm almost out of it or what? I am out. I don't know. All I know is I got lucky enough to get some diesel because I'd have been really low, and I'm like, nah. And put my hazards on, and I'm going slow because I haven't been winter driving in years, so I gotta get, it's just like riding a bike. You just gotta get used to it again. You know what I mean? Just gotta get used to it. This ground looks dry, but the newer asphalt, it looks a little shiny to me. I know I'm overconfident, but not overconfident, but maybe I'm being too safe. But I'd rather be too safe than not at all. You know what I mean? Screw all that. I think once I drop this off, I'm done for the day because I'm running my hours out. I'm running them out, brother. but we'll see. See what they got for me. Cause I'm gonna call them what you got, cause if not, I've been driving all the way through the night. Yeah. This is one of them nights, but it's all good. Turn the heat off, and the reason why I turn the heat off is because the windshield, if it heats up, it hits that foam and makes it even hotter. I'm like, uh-oh, no, we ain't trying to do that. We ain't trying to do that. Let's see, ain't nobody behind me, so I'll turn the hazards off. Left lane, be prepared to stop. These inclines are heavy over here, man. Light almost went off when I over rev because I'm coming down the mountain. I like to save my brakes. You know, it is what it is. Oh, shit. I was going to do a 30, but I would have never got out of that daggone parking spot. The way they make some of these rest area spots, man, any way you put it, you're going to clip somebody unless you got an open spot. And right next to me when I pulled in was a garbage truck. I think he parks there for the night, and he just got in there and took off. I said, well, I was going to do a 30, 30-minute break, but I was like, well, looks like I need to go because somebody gonna come in here. Somebody gonna come in here. As soon as I said that, they were there, because I was gonna start the live and take a coffee break. But hey, you see how these guys, he's going down the mountain, flying like that. But I mean, I don't blame him. I'm only doing 40. But again, you can't see it. I already know I'm going down a steep incline. So, screw the load, screw everything. Bubba gonna stay alive. Push that a little bit. Which I'd rather be in daylight here, but it is what it is. Well, happy Tuesday to everybody. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, the mountains over here on the East Coast are a little bit different than the ones on the West Coast too. And it can be a little suspicious. You'd be like wondering, why am I going so fast? That's what happened. And I'm in a freight line, a freight shaker. And these new ones, what they don't tell you, if you look down, you can see there's a light on the dashboard when you turn on your Jake brake. If it's a solid light, that means the Jake brake's on. If that sucker's flashing, that means that Jake brake ain't on. That's one thing, they don't tell you nothing. And most of these trucking companies, they just give you the keys and you got to figure it out. And I figured out the wrong way. I'm going down the mountain and I was getting it. And I'm wondering, why ain't I slowing down? Turns out I didn't have the Jake brake on. You know? But hey, it is what it is. We'll figure it out. Ain't got no choice. Need some water. See what I'm saying? driving around some of these places, you got to have your wits about you. I thought I was getting off the exit. No, that's they fixing the road or whatever the heck they doing. Jesus. Okay, let's see here. Hold on. Let's figure out what's going on here. I was looking at a TikTok, poor young lady who's just new into trucking, got like this $400 ticket, and I think it's the second ticket that the lady got, you know, for parking in certain areas. One of them is Los Angeles, and see the thing is when you're getting into this, you need to make friends with an old school trucker. They can give you warnings and tell you, hey, what's up. I know for a fact there's no parking in Los Angeles. So I'm going to park if I head into Los Angeles, I'm going to park outside of Los Angeles. You know, if it's south on 10, there's an Indian casino. I know I can park there. Or if it's north on, I think it's 5, right, I mean, way over the, I forgot what they call it. I don't know if that's the Sisters or whatever. It's way north of there. And I set myself up for 5 or 6 freaking hours extra to get into Los Angeles. And if I run out of hours, I run out of hours. But I'm not parking in Los Angeles. I am going to get to a safe haven, and we just deal with that. You know, you can't help it. A lot of these places don't have parking. Luckily, we got a yard. We actually got 2. If I can't make it to that, you got a plan to go into certain cities. New York's another one. Or I don't care what time it says, if you got to get anywhere into New York, you better plan to get in there early. And luckily, I showed up one load, I was like 4 hours early. And the guy said, I'm happy you're here now. Let's get you out of here. Because you need to get out of here. And I said, why? They said, when that parking starts, you won't be able to make that turn over there or out of the corner. And see, a lot of people don't realize that. And they don't realize that we so used to GPS. GPS will fuck you up. You gotta break out a map book. Like yesterday, I mean literally GPS, I literally could see the road that I'm supposed to be on. But the GPS got me on a back country road. It was the double yellow lines, so I was supposed to be, I could be there, but I could not get over to the facility where I needed to go. And the GPS kept on telling me, turn down this road, turn down that road. And it looked like an old country road or regular road where it's going to send me into some drama. I was like, oh no. I drove for another 16 miles till I could pull over and look. And I finally, and I had to turn on my Ram McNally, because I was using the company GPS, to get me to a main road. The Ram McNally got me to a main road, another double yellow line road. And you know what I'm talking about. So I could be on there. And then it finally reset to get me back, because there's a certain road you got to go on. Even the GPS was telling me years ago, I came to that same shipper It was a, and I remember, I'll never road. You got to some common freaking sense. And a lot of times we trust the GPS. GPS will get you behind in trouble. GPS will get you a ticket. I got $100 ticket because I had to take it because I could. If I turned around, if I bust a U-turn, I'm fine. So I had to take. I even told the cop that, sir, I couldn't. There's no place I could turn around because it's automatically fired. And there was no. I didn't even have enough room to turn around. You know, a lot of times we'll try it. Years ago, I tried it. I ain't had enough room. You see that there's one video where the guy, he was just tore up. Something happened. Hopefully that's a side road. Hopefully I see a lot of red flashing lights. Hopefully that's a side road. Hope they all right. Yeah, it looks like a side road. You see that little red lights? Something going on over there. What is that? Let's take a look. Shit. Something happened over here. It's a fire department, so I hope they're okay, whoever it is. But you got to have some common sense wherever you feel comfortable. I'm not getting it. Watch this truck blowing right by me. Boom! He don't give a. That's a super trucker for you. He don't give a snickerdoodle. Okay, now you see the color of the ground and then dried up a bit, so I'm gonna at least get it to 50, 55. Let's see what we can do here. Once it starts getting dark again, I'm slowing down. Y'all can call me a little bitch, but hey, I'm gonna stay alive. Look, and I got time under my belt. The older I get, I like to live. I like my life. My life be like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. My life be like, my life be like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. We turn off my high beats. My life be like, I'm gonna have to pull over somewhere when the sun come up and take a break, but it ain't happening right now. My life be like, I wonder if I'm even online. Probably not, but who knows? Who freaking knows? Well, I might as well talk, even if I ain't online. One thing I want to talk about, even if ain't nobody in here, everybody talks about the positives of cruising and don't say nothing about the negatives. Because, you know, you don't want to scare nobody off. But you got to realize something. There's a lot of assaults on ships. I don't know. I didn't do no homework on it, but there are sexual assaults on ships. There are violent attacks on cruise ships because I'm an avid cruiser. And you, just like any other place, you got to watch, even though you're on vacation, you got to watch your back. And a lot of people joke about men We always sit with our back against the door. No, not against the door, but back against the wall and pointed towards the door because we're looking for, okay, if something go down, I can grab her and get out this way or this way or this way. If something happens, we can do this, this, and this. Well, I remember a while back, I forgot what cruise we was on, and I was tired. I went to the room, and the wife was telling me, and we was on the older boat because the newer boats have a lot more cameras to watch out. But she had mentioned that she felt like somebody was following her, and after that, I went into protection and said, no. From now on, when I go to the room, you go to the room. From now on, I'm always watching out for her, and keeping an eye on things because there'd be some crazy stuff happen on these boats. I guess it was a while ago, a couple of years back. Guy threw his I don't know if his wife, girlfriend, or whatever, threw her over the balcony, thinking he could get rid of the body, and she wound up landing, a few floors down, and the cameras caught it, and it was crazy. It's and now it was an 18-year-old. They found her in a cabin, and this is just hearsay. I'm not a reporter, so please do not quote me on this. I think they found her wrapped up and under the bed. You got enough space under these beds to put stuff, and they found it there. See, my son, even though we're not talking, love him to death, but he's still my son. And I had been low-key watching his back when he was on the last cruise ship. See, a lot of times people, and that's why I have a problem with parents on cruise ships. They get on the boat and run one way, and then the kids go the other way. No, y'all need to get on the boat. You need to keep an eye on your daggone kids because you don't know what pervert or what sycophant is on these daggone boats. That's why I don't get in the hot tubs, because most hot tubs got a whole bunch of kids flopping around in there. And I'm an adult. I'm not gonna sit in a hot tub with a whole bunch of kids. And I'm not even talking, not even teenagers. I'm not getting in a hot tub with a whole bunch of men either. But that's just me. But you got to, I know you want to dial it down because you're on a vacation, but you got to have a little bit of a responsibility to one, to protect yourself, and two, protect your loved ones. And it's snowing. It looks like, yeah, it is snowing. But you got to have a little common sense. Because some people, and it's sad because, and some people actually, they go on the cruise because they don't want to live no more. They just wait for the right time to jump off the back or jump off the side when you hear it. And I was looking one time, I was looking at the water, and I was like, how could he do it? That's a horrible way. That's a horrible way to go. You know what I mean? That's just horrible. But, I mean, it is what it is. I wonder... what? I probably got this thing on private. Ain't no way.